Hey guys, long time no see. I know I was supposed to have this video up by the end of November, but when I did my hair, I was like, oh, I hate this hair with a passion, and it was just not working for me. But I finally got it together enough so I can do this video. So I've had this hair in for 3.5, almost 4 weeks. This morning I washed it using my spray bottle and shampoo, did the conditioner, put mousse on it, and I blow dried it. So this hair is a little different from the other videos I did with crochet braids. Once I crocheted it in, I put mousse on it and I blow dried it. I know y'all like, okay, this is synthetic hair, so how are you blow drying it? But yeah, I blow dried it and it was fine. And I'll show you that at the very end of the video. I have a clip of me blow drying it. You know, if you do it and it melts on you, I'll let you know, like, that's not my fault, okay? So number one, I want to give you some quick tips, and then we'll get into like a little tutorial on how to work with this hair. So the first tip I have for you is make sure that your cornrows are small to medium size. You don't want to do large cornrows. When you use like curly hair like the bohemian braid, which is tighter curls, you know, you can get away with bigger braids because it's going to be really full. So, but not with this hair. So I did my braids small. I've worked with this hair 3 times now. I've done it twice on a client's head and once on my own. Make sure you do your braids small. When you crochet your hair in, like this to me doesn't look really full. Like it's not full enough to me. I'm used to having bigger hair. I crocheted in each braid to where you could not see the braid. Like there's a lot of hair. Like I've used almost 2 packs and I bought 3, and I was like, I really need to open up this 3rd pack and squeeze some more hair in the braids. But I mean literally every braid I went through and crocheted hair in so that you could not see the braid. Okay, I'm looking off to the side because I have like notes. Let's see. Okay, so the way I tied this hair was the way I tied it in the Brazilian wave video. If you haven't seen that, the link is below. I am also going to demonstrate later when I do the short tutorial. So I did the loop through, pull, loop through, pull, loop through. Okay, I tried to tie it different ways, but I felt like the knots weren't lying neatly. Yeah, and I didn't like that. I like things to be uniform. So that's the way I recommend tying it. I tried it the other way and it didn't stay. Even this way, the knots are still kind of loose and it gets kind of tangled, but to me, it ended up being the best, okay? Number 3, you have to go through and tighten this hair periodically. You have to tighten the knots. So what you have to do is you'll like just pull up on a piece of hair. This is already tight because I just redid this. You pull up on the piece of hair and then you push the knot down. So you're gonna have to do that periodically throughout. Go through your whole head, maybe once a week, every 4 days or whatever, so that you don't lose any hair. Now the knots can get tangled at the roots, and in that case you might be like, oh well, leave it, or you can just cut it out. Okay, so that's number 3. Number 4, this is what the hair looks like. It's really soft and I really like that, and it tapers very nicely at the end. Okay, so when you install it, I broke it into like little pieces. I let the tapered end hang a little lower than the blunt end. That gave it a little bit of length. But it also helped, you know, so that it wasn't so blunt, because this is very, very tapered, unlike the other hair. Yeah, and when I crocheted in my head, I actually did it like this and I hated it. But when I did it in my client's head, which I've done her hair twice, I remember I did it like this and it was way, way, way better. I didn't have to trim as much, and let's see, I didn't have to trim it as much, and it looked better at the ends. When I cut it, it didn't look blunt. Okay, so that's number 4. Number 5. Cut your hair while it's fluffy. I made this mistake probably like a week after I had this hair. Every time you wake up, the waves just like form to each other. This is what drives me crazy. And you have to go through and like literally fluff your hair every single day. And fluffing my hair, that means it makes frizz. You can see some frizz right here. I could cut that off, but I decided to leave it alone. But I was like, man, I don't like the way this is looking and yada yada. So I went through and cut it. You know, I fluffed it a little bit and cut it, and oh, I really jacked it up. Like, it was looking so blunt. And yeah, so make sure it's like fully fluffed. And what I mean by fully fluffed is just separating whatever, like the curls that are together. So this is kind of like one big thick strand. All you're gonna do is go through and like separate it. That's what I mean by fluffing it. So fluff it so that the curls are separated, and then you can go through and, what's that called? Trim it. Okay, oh, I need to cut that piece. Okay, so that's number 5. Number 6, I saw a video where somebody put mousse on it before they crocheted it in. I thought that was interesting, and I thought, oh, okay, that's cool. But I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to waste any mousse. I just felt like I could do the same thing once it was installed. So I put mousse on it after it was installed. I also did that with the Brazilian wave after it was installed. After doing it, like, I think I've done that hair 4 or 5 times on different people's heads, including mine. And it works out to just put mousse on it and let it dry. For this, I put mousse on it and I blow dried it because I wanted some more fluff. I just couldn't like get the fluff that I needed. And although my hair is all right now, I would like for this side to be bigger, and that's why I blow dried it, to try and, you know, make it look bigger and maybe a little wild. So anyways, those are my quick tips, and if you have any questions, leave them below. I have washed my hair, I fluffed it, I have refreshed it, so I sewed some braids together. If you want to see how to refresh this hair, the link is below. Yeah, so let's get into the quick tutorial.